Dear students, we are going to start another video lecture for the for loop. In this video lecture, I will be covering programs related with the for loop. Let us begin. Here the first program what I have written is to generate these numbers. These numbers are called Fibonacci numbers, Fibonacci series. See how you are going to get these numbers. 0 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Then 2 plus 3, 5. Then 3 plus 5, 8. So when you add the previous terms, then you will be getting the current term. That is the program you need to do. So I have written my class, then void main. This n is for receiving the number of terms. I have written here n terms. If I am giving 5, then how many terms I need to print over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. If I am giving here 7, then I need to display 7 terms. This is the first term, then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7 terms. That is what this n indicates. I have declared two variables over here, that is integer type variable num1 is equal to 0 and num2 is equal to 1. See the initialization part. Num1 is a variable and its value is initialized to 0, and num2 is a variable and its value is initialized to 1. Now I am printing a message over here. Fibonacci series of n numbers means this is only a message, system.out.print. We are going to print what? Fibonacci series. How many terms? N terms. So that will be printed here. Simply a message. Now this is the important part. See the value of I. What is the value of I? I is equal to 1. Okay. What is the value of I? I, the value is 1. Now condition will be checked. I less than or equal to n. N means, let us take this as 5 only at present. Okay, we are getting how many terms? 5 terms. That means these many terms only we need to print. Okay, 5 I am taking as n. So the loop will run from 1 to 5. Loop is going to run from 1 to 5. This is clear from here. Now system.out.print num. So look at the value of num. What is the value of num? It is 0. So what will be printed? 0 will be printed. Okay. Now in the sum, this is another variable. Sum is a variable. Okay. Sum is a variable here. Sum is equal to, what is the value of sum now at present? Sum is equal to num1 plus num2. That means what is num1? 0. 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 means 1. Okay. So in sum, what is there? 1 is there. It is visible from here. 1 is there. Now we are doing an exchange. This is very important. The previous value of num was 0. And that will be replaced with this num. The variable num was having a value. See, this variable num1. Num1 is equal to, it was having 0. And num2 is equal to what? Sum. You are knowing the value of sum. Look at here. What is the value of sum? 1. So num 1 is equal to num2. Okay, num2 means what? Num2 means 1. So this will be cut and 1 will be stored over there. So num2 is equal to sum. Sum means 1. That will be kept. Now the loop I plus plus by I or I plus plus whatever. Okay, that won't make any difference. Coming over here, condition will be checked. What is the condition? I becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to n. I have given n as 5, remember. Condition is true. Coming over here, again printing num1. Look at what is num1. Please tell what is num1? 1. So this 1 is printed now. Next, this step is very important. Sum is equal to num1 plus num2. Num1 plus num2. Look at the value of num1 and num2. 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 means the new value of sum will be what will be the new value of sum? 1 plus 1. This is the new value of sum. Sum, it was 1, now it will be 1 plus 1 because why? Because why? Num1 plus num2. Num1 is 1 and num2 is also 1. So the value of sum becomes 1 plus 1, that means 2. Now this exchange take place. This is very important. Num1 is equal to num2. Num1 is equal to num2. Num2, what is there? 1 is there. So 1 will be here. In num1, what will be there? 1 will be there. Okay. Now num2 is equal to sum. Num2 is going to change sum. What is the new value of sum? 2. So here what will come? 2 will come. What will come? 2 will come. So num2 becomes 2. That is the important change. Not the important change. Now again plus plus I, that means it becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. Yes. System.out.print num1. Look at num1, 1 will be printed. So the next one printed. After printing, since we have used the print, the cursor will be placed on the same line. That's why, see, I need the cursor there on the same line. That's why I have used the print. Next is sum is equal to num1 plus num2. What is num1? 1. And what is num2? 2. So 2 plus 1 becomes 3. So here sum will be changing now. That means 1 plus 2. That means the value of this sum is going to be, now it will be 3. Now exchange will take place. Okay, let us see the exchange. Num1 is equal to num2. Num1 will be num2. Num2 means this will be 2 now. Okay. Now num2 is equal to sum. What is the value of sum? 3. That will be here. What will be the value? 3. Okay. Plus plus I. This becomes 4. Condition is true. System.out.print num1. Look at there in num1. What was there in num1? 2. 2 will be printed. Okay. Okay. Now next is sum is equal to num1 plus num2 means, look at the value of num1. What is num1? 2. Then see 2. Num2 means 3. So 2 plus 3, 5. What is the sum? 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. This is the thing which is happened. I plus plus. This becomes 5. 5 less than or equal to 5? Yes. True. System.out.print num1. Num1 means, what is num1? What was the value which is stored over there? 3. So num1 will be printed. Okay, let us see this program. Now how we can run this program. This is our program. See this. Everything what you have seen over there, everything is written as same. Now close. Now see void main. It is asking the number of terms. I am giving 5. Then look at the 5 terms. Fibonacci series of 5 numbers. Okay, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. I told you how many terms. I have given 5. So just count how many terms are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if I am again running the program. I am giving 10. Then 10 means how many terms will be printed? See, 10 terms will be printed. So it's adding 0 plus 1, then 1 plus 1, then 2 plus 1, then 3 plus 2. This way it's printed. Next program, we are going to see the next program. This program we have already seen in the previous video. See, it's simply generating the odd numbers. Okay, so this is a simple message. Then after that, what we are doing? We are running a loop from 1 to n into 2. See, I need suppose 5 terms. If I am running a loop from 1 to 5, then it won't print 5 terms because I am incrementing the loop by 2 here. That's why I am doing here n into 2. Suppose I am giving 5 means the loop will run up to 10. So I will get exactly how many terms? 5 terms. Okay. So let us see the example. Okay, I am giving 4 terms. How many terms? 4 terms I need to print. So loop is running from 1 to 4 into 2, 8. Okay. So print I means, what is the first value of I? 1. 1 will be printed. Then I plus is equal to 2. 1 plus 2, that means 3. Condition is true, 3 will be printed. Then I plus is equal to 2 again, that means 5. 5 will be printed. Then this will become I plus is equal to 2. 7. That 7 will be printed. Okay. Then see how many terms I asked? 4 terms. So that way it will print. Just see the result. See, some changes we have made. That's why I'm compiling it. Now I am giving 4. Then how many terms will be printed? 4 terms. Okay, up to 7. Even numbers. Okay, let us see the program. In place of that 1, we have placed 2. Because the first odd number, even number you are knowing, it is 2. That's why. Now, as I told you, see, n I am giving. I am giving 5. So I need how many terms to be printed? 5 terms only. Okay, since the loop is incremented by 2, I am giving n into 2. 5 into 2, 10. Up to 10, when it is running, how many terms only will be printed? 5. Because the loop is incremented by 2. That's why. Let us see what is the first value of I? 2. Condition will be checked. 2 less than or equal to 5 we are giving as n. So n into 2 means 10. 2 less than or equal to 10? Yes. So what will be printed? I will be printed. What is the value of I? 2. 2 is printed. Next is I plus 2. That means 2 plus 2, 4. Condition again. 4 less than or equal to 10. Yes. 4 will be printed. I plus is equal to 2. That means again the I value will be incremented by 2. The new value will be 6. Checking. 6 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Again value will be printed. Okay. 6 will be printed. I plus is equal to 2. That means the value of I is increased by 2. The new value of I becomes 8. So 8 less than or equal to 10? Yes. That 8 also will be printed. Next I plus is equal to 2. That means 10. 10 less than or equal to 10? That also will be printed. After that the loop becomes false. That means the execution will be stopped. So let us see this program. I am giving exactly 5. Okay. How many terms are printed? 5 terms. Is it even numbers? Yes. See, our next program is to generate these numbers 1, 2, 6, 15. Look at the pattern, how the numbers are generated. Okay, this is very important. You need to understand how the numbers are increased, or the pattern you need to observe. 1, 2, 6, 15. See, 1. I have printed 1 simply there. Now next term, in order to get this 2, see, I have to add to 1, the square of that 1 has to be added. Square of 1 is 1. So 1 plus 1 becomes 2. Now I need to get, see, the square of this. What is the square of this 2? Square of 2 is 4. 4 plus the previous term, 2. 6 you are getting. Next, how to get 15? 15 means you need to get the square of 3. See, 1, 2, 3. Its square only you need to get. Okay. 3 square means 9. 9 plus the previous sum. What was the previous sum? 6. So 9 plus 6, 15. So this way it will go. Now let us see the program. This is the number of terms. I need 5 terms to be printed or 10 terms to be printed, whatever that I will receive during the execution of the program. So let us start the execution. See, this is only a message. Then s is equal to 1. I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n. Suppose I need to print n terms, means 5, then 5, up to 5 the loop will run, 1 to 5. Now next is system.out.print s. S means what is the basic value of s? 1. That 1 will be printed. Okay, this one is printed. Now next there is a calculation. S is equal to s plus I into I. I into I means, what is the value of I? 1. 1 into 1. 1 into 1 means 1. That will be added to s. What is s? 1. So 1 into 1 will be added to the variable s. In variable s, what is there? 1 is there. So what is the ultimate value of s? 2. Okay. Coming over here, 2 is there. Just wait. I plus plus. This becomes 2. Condition will be checked. 2 less than or equal to n. I have taken n as 5. Okay. Now condition is true. System.out.print s. What is the value of s? 2. 2 will be printed. Next, s is equal to s plus. Remember, s is 2. That here s plus means 2 will come here. I into I. What is the next value of I? It becomes 2. 2 into 2, 4. Now, to that 4, what will be added? 2 will be added because the value of s is 2. So, total 6. Now, I plus plus. Condition will be checked. The condition is true. Coming over here, s will be printed. S means 6 will be printed. Okay. Now, next is s is equal to s plus. That means 6 plus 3 into 3. 3 into 3 means 9. 9 plus 6, 15. Condition will be checked. Condition is true. Coming over here, system.out.print s. S means 15 will be printed. That way this program will run. Let us see that. See, I am giving 5. Can you see 5 terms over here? 1, 2, 6, 15, 31. So this is the way how that program is running. Next program what we are going to see is, see this, 1, 5, 14, 30. How to print this? See, this was 1 to 6, 15 and this is 1, 5, 14, 30. Okay, this series you need to print. So I have taking the value of n. This everybody knows what is this n? It is the number of terms. Now system.out.print series is equal to, this is only a message. Okay, nothing to do with the program. only a message. So series is equal to a message will be printed. This is the important thing. What is this? S. Okay. Then in that S, 1 is there. What is that? S is equal to 1. So let us write that S is equal to 1. S, what is the value? 1 we have written. Okay. Now for I is equal to 2, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. See, I am taking the basic value of this I as 2. Okay. What is the basic value of I? 2 I am taking. Look at here. At present, what is the value of S? The value of S is 1. Okay. System.out.print S means what will be printed? 1 will be printed. Now look at here. This is very crucial. S is equal to S plus. What is the value of S? What is the value of S? 1. So S is equal to S plus 1 plus I into I. In the previous program, same logic was applied, I into I. But here, there the I, what I have taken as 1. Starting value of I was 1. Here the starting value of I is 2. I have started the loop from 2. Okay? 2. So, S is equal to S plus I into I means 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. Okay? Now, coming over here, I plus plus. Condition will be checked. Condition is true. Okay? System.out.print S. What is the value of S I told you? 5. That will be printed. Cursor will be kept there in the same line. Now, we are going to calculate S. S is equal to S plus, S is already 5. 5 plus I into I. I becomes 3. 3 into 3. 3 into 3 means 9. 9 plus 5. What is it? 14. So I plus plus. Condition will be checked. Okay. System.out.print S. That means 14 will be printed. Next, this logic. S is equal to S plus 14 plus I into I. The present value of I is 4. I into I means 16 plus S. S is 14. So 16 plus 14, 30. I plus plus. Condition is true. System.out.print S. S means what will be printed? 30. After that, this will be calculated, but the condition becomes false. So it won't print. This was the program. See, here also I have written. You can see that program properly. Then you can write. I am compiling it. Then no syntax error. Then running the program. I am giving 5. How many terms will be printed? 1, 5, 14, 30, 55. How many terms will be printed? 5 terms will be printed. Okay. In this program, just see, I have given I less than or equal to n plus 1. Okay. Because why? I am taking it from 2. That's why the loop should run from 2 to whatever I am giving plus 1. See, I am giving 4. So I need to get 4 terms. Since it is starting from 2, I have to give 4 plus 1. Then only how many terms will be printed? 4 terms will be printed. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the next series to be printed. See the series 1, 2, 6, 24, 120. If you are remembering about the factorial program, these are the factorials. So we need to multiply numbers one after the other, and that has to be printed. So this is the n. If I am giving n as 5, then 5 series will be printed. Now let us start our program. Int s is equal to 1. See, what is the value of s? S is equal to 1. I am starting my loop. What is the value of I? 1. 1 less than or equal to n? It's correct. Coming here and printing s. So what will be printed? 1 will be printed. Next, S is equal to S plus S into I. So S into I means in S 1 is there. So 1 into 1. That will be this part, it will be 1. Now S will be added to S. So 1 plus 1, 2 it becomes. Coming over here, I plus plus, it is 2. Remember the value of S we have calculated and kept as 2. I becomes 2, condition I less than or equal to n, it's correct. Now system.out.print S. S means next S will be printed, that is already we kept the S as 2. Now next calculation. S is equal to S plus. In S 2 is there, 2 plus S into I. That means 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. Okay. So what is the new value of S? 6. Coming over here, I plus plus, this becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to n, correct. Print S. Print S means 6 will be printed. That's the value we have calculated and kept. 6 is printed. Now new value for S will be calculated. S is equal to S plus 6 plus S into I. Now the value of S will be calculated. S is equal to S into I. That means 6 into 3, 18. 18 plus 6, it is 24. So what is the value of S now? 24. Coming over here, this becomes 4. 4 less than or equal to 5. Then system.out.println S. S means 24 will be printed. Again here calculation will be done. 24 into 4 plus 24. Then you will get 120. So this way it will calculate and print. The next program is 9 plus 99, 8 plus 88, 7 plus 77, 6 plus 66, then up to last 1 plus 11. So we need to add the sum. We need to add it. Okay. So we are knowing these values. 9 then 99. These are the two values that I have assigned to two variables. A is equal to 9, B is equal to 99. This is a variable to keep the sum. Okay. So 1 to less than 10 I am running the loop. Okay. Now what I am going to do is C is equal to A plus B. Okay. 9 plus 99. This I have just added. 9 and 99 and added I have kept in C. Now S is equal to S plus C. In S 0, 0 plus C. This value will be added to this. So sum will be added or calculated to S variable. Okay. After 1 the sum is calculated. What is the next A value I need? 8. What is the next B value I need? B value I need 88. So 99 minus 10 is 88. That is this. B means already B is 99. 99 minus 10. What is A? A is 9. 9 minus 1. Okay. Now in order to print the sum, we need to go through this process 10 times. Then only we will print the sum. So this process will be continued 10 times. Now let us see. C is equal to A plus B. That means the value of A is 8 and B is 88. That will be added. 88 plus 8 is here. Now in some variable 9 plus 99 was there plus 8 plus 88. Whatever its value is there in C, that will be added. Again the value will be reduced. A will be A minus 1, that means 8 minus 1, and B will be 88 minus 10, that means 77. Again in C, A and B will be added. What is A and B? 7 plus 77. That will be added to S variable. This process will continue till 1 plus 11. Then when the process is over, then system.out.println the sum is equal to S. Then only coming out of the loop, when this process is over, it's coming out of the loop and printing the sum. If you are printing it here, then it will print 10 times. The sum is equal to, the sum is equal to. That's why we are printing the print statement outside the loop. Now let us see the answer for this. See, every time 576 only we will get, because this is a fixed program. See, when you run every time you will get 576. This is the program. I am listing it out again. The next program is summing of the series second one. Okay, see this. We need to add 1 by 2, then 2 by 3. All these you need to add 3 by 4 plus 4 by 5. See, one here, one thing is common. 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. If you are running a loop, then I am getting this 1, 2, 3, 4 from the loop itself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then whatever is here, it's one higher value. 1 plus 1, 2. Here 2 plus 1, 3. Okay. Then 3 plus 1, 4 is I am getting. So I plus 1 will be there as the denominator and I will be there as the numerator. So we are declaring a variable s is equal to 0.0 because it is double. Then for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus 1. So 1 to n, whatever the number of terms you need to add up, that is n. So I am running the loop from 1 to n. Now what we need to do, I need to add all these terms. So in the formula I will do the exact thing. S is equal to s plus, see, I, its double value, I is integer, 1 it is. I need to convert that 1 to double. That's why this way I have written. So double value of I, that means 1.0. It's not 1 now, because this step is there in order to do double type division. Then only you will get the exact answer. That's why. So this I, it was integer, now it is converted to double. I, see, I, what is the present value of I? 1. See, 1, 1 divided by I plus 1. I plus 1 means 1 plus 1, 2. See, are you getting this? Now division will be taking place. 1.0 divided by 2. That will be added to s variable. Again I plus plus. This becomes 2. Condition is correct. Coming over here, s is equal to s plus whatever sum was added plus double of I. That means 2.0 divided by 2 plus 1, 3. 2.0 divided by 3. This will take place. Value will be increased and the condition is right, and coming over here, s is equal to s plus whatever sum is there plus double of I, that means 3. 3.0 divided by 3 plus 1, 4. So this way it will keep on adding. When the loop becomes false, it will come out of the loop and this will be printed. The sum is equal to, where is the sum kept? In S. So that will be printed. Let us see the answer for that. See, I am giving 6 terms. All the 6 terms are added and its answer is printed. Next program. See, this is also adding only. See the program here. This is, you need to add 2 by 3, then minus 4 by 5, 6 by 7, minus 8 by 9. This way it will continue up to n. It will continue up to n terms. This is the question. So this is the n and double, because there is division. I have declared double because there is division. Then see the first value 2, then 4, then 6, then 8. It's going like that. Now there is a minus problem. Minus is there wherever it is the multiple of 4. See, 4 it is minus, 8 it is minus. That is the only thing. So let us see our program. The first starting value is 2. Whatever started 2 means it's plus 1. Same logic. So I is 2, I less than or equal to n into 2, I plus 2. I plus is equal to 2. Why? Because after 2 I need 4. After 4 I need 6. So starting is 2 and this will increase 2 by 2. Now I am checking when I need to do minus if the number, if this numerator is a multiple of 4. So I am checking if I modulus 4 is equal to 0, then we can say it is a factor of 4. Then in that case minus calculation will be taking place, else plus calculation will be taking place. If, see, first value 2, 2 modulus 4 is equal to 0, 2 modulus 4 is equal to 0, this is false. Okay, so this calculation won't take place, it will come over here. What will be doing? S is equal to S plus double of I. I means, what is the starting value of I? 2. 2.0 divided by 2 plus 1, 3. Is it exactly, are you getting? Yes. Coming over here, I plus is equal to 2. This becomes 4. Coming over here, 4 modulus 4 is equal to 0. Yes, when you divide 4 modulus 4, you are getting 0. Then this calculation will be done. S is equal to S minus double of I. Okay, that means 4.0 divided by 4 plus 1, 5. 4.0 divided by 5. Whatever is there, that will be done like this. Okay, this won't take place. Coming over here, this becomes 6. 6 modulus 4 is equal to 0. No. So this won't take place. It will come over here. This calculation will take place. This will continue. This will continue, and when the loop gets terminated, the sum will be printed. So let us see the answer now. See, I am giving here 5. See, I got the answer. Double variable I have used for sum. That's why I am getting very accurate answer. Remember that. Next is another sum. Whenever you are going for sum, the printing will be done outside. Whenever you wanted to print a pattern, the printing will be done inside the loop. That's all. See this, 1 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 4, like that up to 9 plus 10 you need to add. Okay, see this, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So from the I loop itself I am getting the value. Okay, this is I plus 1. That's all, very simple then. Here there is no need of any input from the user because up to 9 plus 10 I need to do. So some integer type I have taken because there is no calculation like division, nothing. That's why I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 9. Why up to 9, not up to 10? Because 9 plus up to 9 here it runs. Okay, this is the last value, that's why. Into b is equal to I plus, I have taken a separate variable in order to avoid your confusion. Okay, so in p what I need to do, I and I plus 1 has to be added and kept. What is I? 1. See, I is 1. What is I plus 1? 1 plus 1, 2. So that will be added. Now this new value has to be added to a variable. S is equal to S plus p. Okay. Then the loop is running again, I plus plus, I becomes 2. Then in P, 2 plus 1. That means 2 plus 3 will be added and that will be kept in P. Okay, that will be added to a variable called S. Now again, the loop value will increase, condition is correct, and coming over here. Again this process will take place. I is equal to I plus 1. That means I is 3 now. 3, then 3 plus 1, 4. That will be added. And that again, that will be added to our sum variable. P will be added to our sum variable. Keep on adding this, at last you will get the answer printed. See, 99. Okay, this is the way of doing, adding up the sum of numbers and printing series. This program, it's a how to calculate HCF by division method. Okay, this is by using while loop, so we will be explaining it afterwards. Those who are getting, you can write, then otherwise it will be explained in the next video. Okay, All the programs you need to write in your copy, and the copy should be ready. So I am winding up. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.